take a dive into our home inspector toolbox to look at a few common ways of measuring water temperature. The North Carolina Home Inspector Licensure Board encourages home inspectors to consider water temperature when determining if a water heater is functioning as intended. The three most common methods of measuring water temperature are typically thermocouple-based temperature probes, IR thermography, and by touch. Now, most home inspectors, they know how to use a thermometer, but today we're going to talk about some limitations of using these devices. And it's also important to note that with these different devices, the sensor needs to have time to come to room temperature before taking a measurement to ensure that it's accurate. And the longer that you own a device, the more often the manufacturer is going to suggest that you perform a recalibration to make sure that you're still maintaining that accuracy level. These temperature probes a lot of times even have a calibration dial on the front face of the unit. So with infrared thermography, we want to consider a few different things and a few different types of sensors. With an IR thermometer like this actually only provides an average reading in a certain detection area. So what you want to look for on the side of the device is a distance to spot ratio, or a field of view. For this device, it's 8:1. That means from 8 inches away, we're going to measure a circle with a 1-inch diameter, and we're going to get an average reading in that area. But now we encounter a limitation of that device. Different materials emit differing levels of infrared light at the same surface temperature. Water, cultured marble, nickel, brass, they all emit infrared light differently. This factor is called emissivity. So most infrared thermometers, they'll actually allow you to set the emissivity in the device, but luckily for us, water has an emissivity pretty close to the standard setting in most infrared sensors and cameras. However, when we measure water temperature with this sensor, we still need to ensure that we're focused just on the running water without the different materials at the different temperatures being measured and biasing our results. A good solution to this is to simply increase our resolution. If this is a 1-pixel device, we're going to add more pixels. In doing so, we have our infrared camera. From an infrared camera, we can survey the area and feel more confident in our temperature reading. So from this, one question we should ask ourselves is that if we do record an elevated water temperature in a home, is this a sign that the water temperature needs to be adjusted? Or is this a sign that the water heater is just not functioning as intended?